Okay, good afternoon again, everyone, and it's my pleasure to be here. I'm happy doing this, and big thank you to the Africa legal team for inviting me. Basically, I've been asked to speak on reinventing law firm business model post-COVID. COVID happened to us unexpectedly while we're not, expecting, while we're not watching our backs. COVID just, came upon us, and a lot of people were, thrown, we're just thrown helter skelter, and we're just trying to navigate through it all, thinking of what we can do or how best we can, cope with the situation. And I must say that it's been, the 2019 has been an unprecedented year. It's been both interesting, traumatizing, you know, and everything in all. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for some people. Some people have had it very good, and some people have had it very tough. But in all, we are still here, and we just need to make the best out of it. We need to maximize the opportunities of what we have right now and see how we can move ourselves and our practice forward. Um, Definitely, post-COVID, law firm practice will no longer be the same. We'll no longer continue to do the things, to do things the way we have been doing it. We have, so what then can we do? How can we then reinvent such that, we remain in business, we do not get phased out? So just permit me, let me share my screen. So my name is Olubusola Ajala. I am the founder of Strictly Law Business in Nigeria. What do we do at Strictly Law Business? Basically, what we do is realizing that our law practice or our legal training, lawyers by our legal training, we're not trained on how to practice law from the businessman's point of view. We're not trained on how to have a business mindset of to our law practice. We're more of just being lawyers, as against being business men and women in the law practice, in the legal practice. So what Strictly Law Business does is to help lawyers understand how to maximize their law firm practice for profitability, how to understand that there is a practice of law and there's also the business of law, knowing that law is not just a profession or a practice, it is also a business, and you being able to carry on your practice from a businessman's point of view, from a business oriented approach to law practice. So that's what SLB does. We teach lawyers on how to move from just being a lawyer to being a businessman in the law practice, ensuring that they are not just productive, but they are also profitable. Because at the end of the day, the reason why we are in business, or the reason why we practice law, or the reason why we are lawyers, is for us to make money. So if we are not making money, then we should no longer be in business. So Strictly Law Business has an academy where we train people from time to time. We also hold conferences and strategy sessions on helping lawyers understand how to practice law from a businessman's point of view, such that they can become profitable at the end of the day. And we've had two conferences. We've also had one international virtual summit where we had speakers from all around the world talk to us as lawyers on how we can inculcate business practices, business skills, and strategies into our law practice, so that we can become profitable and make legitimate wealth from law practice, not just or not circumventing or engaging in fraudulent practices to be able to build wealth, but making legitimate wealth from law practice. So today we're going to be talking about how we can reinvent our law firm business model post-COVID. And in my opening statement here, I said, while we're still busy with our traditional law practice, unexpectedly, the coronavirus crept in and it disrupted our lives, our communities, our businesses forever. And this disruption is not one that would go away, right? It's something we have to now live with. So now with the disruptions, we've also had several inventions, as we have seen in the last 1 year. A whole lot of things have come up. There are now new ways of living. Nowadays, you go about wearing your masks, you go about wearing your face shield, ensuring that your hand sanitizer is with you, that you are well protected. We're now more concerned, about our safety and our sanity more than ever, right? And all of this was because, COVID, the coronavirus crept in while we were not, expecting it. And the implication for us as legal practitioners is that we can no longer continue with our old way of law practice. We can't continue with the old ways of, doing business as lawyers, we have to reinvent. We have to brace ourselves up for the new realities. If not, we would phase out. So I tell people, you either, reinvent, you either pivot, or you phase out, because anyone who is not willing to step up, right, to brace up to the new changes, to the new realities in our world, then it means that you would, it's just a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before you get out of, before you fade into oblivion, right? So what can we do to ensure that we do not phase out, to ensure that we still remain in practice, we still remain in business, and we are still growing, and we are making, money, we are making profits, not just, we're not floating, we are not surviving, but we are thriving. We are thriving, we are making wealth, we are, making good profits from our law practice. So what are the things we can do in the post-COVID, with all the disruptions we've had, in the light of all that has happened? What can we do going forward as lawyers? Like now, the first thing I'm going to talk about that we need to do is we have to have a mindset change. And I'm very, very I'm very big about mindsets. When it comes to, the issue of mindsets, we need to change. When we're part of strategies for reinventing ourselves is also to change our mindset, to have a mindset upgrade, right? And to understanding that the old you has to go away, has to give way for the new you, because in the new business landscape we're entering into, or we have entered into, right, post-COVID, things are no longer going to be the same way they used to be. It then means that the certain mindset with which you practice law, with which you carried on your old, your traditional way of law practice, has to change. It has to give way for a new thinking, because it's when you begin to think on another level, on a new level, at a different dimension of frequency. That is when you'll be able to, you'll be flexible and open enough for new opportunities. That is when your mind can also take on new possibilities. That is when you can begin to also move with the disruptions, the new changes, the innovations, the inventions within, your respective jurisdiction, your respective location, your respective law practice jurisdiction. So our mindset needs to change. We need to move away from the fixed mindset that keeps saying, oh, this is the way we have been doing it, we cannot change. We have to now move into a new realm of doing things, understanding that we can no longer continue, with the old way of we had carried on our practice. We can't continue with the pre-COVID era. We are now in post-COVID era. And so we have to put on the mindset of the post-COVID era. And that mindset is a mindset of growth, a mindset that says, regardless of whatever has happened this year, you believe that there is still money to be made. You believe that there are still opportunities for you as a lawyer. You believe that you are still going to get new clients. You believe that you are still going to get new briefs. So we need to have a mindset overhaul. We need to have a mindset makeover. We need to put on to become new people, right? You don't necessarily, of course, we're not saying that we're going to die, no, but we need to put on a new mindset, become new people, taking new energy, see possibilities, right? And then we'll begin to open ourselves up for more, for new things, for new opportunities, for new dimensions, for new dynamics to our law practice. For us to do this, we need a mindset change. Moving away from the fixed mindset to the growth mindset is very, very important. It's very, very important, because we can't, the Proverbs, one of, the quotes I love is that we can't keep on doing things the same way we've been doing it and expecting change. You can't. That's insanity. That's the definition of insanity, right? So for you to get a better result, a different result, then you must do things differently. And so for you to also have, new opportunities, for you to grow, you also need to put on a new mindset, to have a mindset makeover. I will follow in, please. Please, if you have questions, you can, just drop them in the chat box. And how do we reinvent? How do we reinvent? Before COVID, a lot of us, or most of us, have actually carried on our law practice using the traditional way. Some do not even leverage on technology. Some just continued, the same way we have been doing it. Oh, we've been doing it like this and it has been working for us. Why do we need to change? If you are expecting more, if you want to do more as a lawyer or as a law firm, then you need to step up higher. You need to step up higher. You need to do things differently. So now, pre-COVID, we did, some of us, our internal and even external processes were not automated, right? Where some of us were still, doing things the same, the old way. We're not leveraging on tech tools. We're not leveraging on technology to carry on our law practice. Some of us were resistant to changes. Some of us were saying, oh, what is tech? Tech cannot disrupt. We cannot have any tech disruption. The legal practice cannot be disrupted. Legal services cannot be disrupted. We have to still carry on with our pen and paper. Some do not even, have automated processes for doing things. But the reality post-COVID is that we won't even continue to even be law firms. Maybe this is the first shocker. We can, for you to step up higher, for you to be in that phase where you are calling the shots, where you are getting briefs, you can no longer remain a law firm. You can no longer remain a law firm or a lawyer. You have to reinvent yourself. And by reinvention, I mean you have to become a tech firm, a tech organization, a tech individual providing legal services. So let me explain to you. Before now, we had, churches carrying on their, religious practices. We had mosques, carrying on their religious practices. We had hospitals carrying on, the health services, healthcare services and all. And some of them were leveraging on tech. That's pre-COVID. But post-COVID, you can no longer call yourself an hospital. You can no longer call yourself a law firm. What you call yourself is a tech firm providing legal services. You call yourself a tech firm providing legal services. Take, for instance, Amazon. We all know that Amazon sells book, or, Amazon started off selling book. But Amazon never called itself a bookstore or a book selling company. No, Amazon had never defined itself by what it does. It never called itself a bookshop or a book selling company. No, it was a tech company. And what did that do for Amazon? It enabled Amazon to take on other industries. So now Amazon does not only sell books, they sell other things. You go on Amazon now, you see a whole lot of things they sell, a whole lot of things that are not even related to books, that are unconnected to books. Why were they able to do that? Because they never limited themselves. They never limited themselves by calling themselves a book selling company or a bookshop or a bookstore. No, they called themselves a tech company providing all manner of services. So going forward for us as lawyers, we can no longer keep saying, oh, I'm a lawyer. Yes, we know that we are lawyers, but you have to become a tech organization or a tech individual providing legal services, carrying on legal services. What that does for you is that it changes the dynamics and it gives you more capacity for power play. You are able to function at a higher capacity. You are able to take in more opportunities. You become so flexible that you can provide a wide range of legal services for people without, being restricted by borders or your local jurisdiction. It then means that you can be in Kenya, you can be in Nairobi, Kenya, and you are providing services, or somebody is requesting for your services from Amsterdam. So it gives you opportunity to be able to access more clients, more briefs, more opportunities. So you are not just restricted to the clients you have in Nairobi, Kenya. You are not just restricted to the clients you have in your small office, but you are able to take more briefs. You are able to attend to more clients. You are able to access more opportunities globally. When you become a tech company providing legal services, then it means that somebody in London can access you, would have access to you. It means that you will be able to provide services from wherever you are to people all over the world. You will no longer be restricted by your geographical location. So it is important that we begin to see ourselves no longer as lawyers, no longer as law firms, but as tech individual, tech professional, tech organization providing legal services. That way, we would also be able to think beyond our existing opportunities and begin to see other opportunities. By the time you see yourself as a tech company, so take for instance, Uber is a tech company and it provides, transportation services. Now, Uber has taken it beyond just, the vehicles, the cars and all of that, and they are, taking on other things, other opportunities. Now, I think we also now have Uber Foods, right? So we have a company here in Nigeria called Jumia. I'm sure we would know them. So Jumia before now was just, restricted in a whole lot of things that they do. But now Jumia does a whole lot of things. You go on Jumia platform, you see, you can buy food, you can order for food, you can order for, a cloth, you can order for a dress, you can order for a phone device, you can buy your laptop, you can buy almost virtually everything you want to buy from Jumia. Why is that? Because Jumia has changed. Jumia never defined itself by just providing one service. No, but they provided a platform wherein they can provide as many services as available. So let me give an example for us as lawyers. What can we do when we say becoming a tech company? So we can become a tech organization that provides legal service, all manner of legal services, and you necessarily do not even have to be the one providing all those services. You can now bring in other lawyers also on board, such that the ones you do not have competence in, or the ones you do not have capacity to to take on, other lawyers can take it, other lawyers on your platform can take it, and then you earn from it. You share a profit, from those opportunities, those briefs that comes on. So I'm trying to help us understand, to open our mind and expand our thinking, to be able to see that we can no longer continue in a traditional way of law practice. We have to begin to not leverage technology now, because some of us have been leveraging technology, but we have to begin to also now become tech professionals, tech firms. And if we have to build our technology, then by all means do so. If you have to leverage on the existing ones, by all means do so. But the important thing you have to have at the back of your mind is that you are no longer a lawyer, but you're now a tech professional offering legal services. And because some of us we have multiple potentials, this is what it will also give us an opportunity to carry on our other potentials, also to exhibit, it gives us opportunity to maximize our other potentials. So you're not just limited to what you do as a lawyer. You can do all other things because you are now a tech company carrying on legal services. That's the reality for us post-COVID. And the sooner we begin to embrace this reality, the better for us. Now, still, I still want to stay on the issue of becoming a tech company. Now, as some of us will say we do not have capacity to build our own technology. There are a number of technologies available. You can leverage on it. There are a lot of legal tech tools that we can leverage on, that we can subscribe to. Here in Nigeria, we have Law Pavilion. We have we also have Next Counsel, that that they have several practice management tools that we can leverage on. You can subscribe to those ones. In your various countries also, whatever legal tools that are available that you can subscribe to, it, and just ensure that your processes are automated. Make it very easy, make it seamless for a client to be able to access you, to be able to engage with you, to be able to buy from you, and to be able to make payments when they eventually make up their mind to buy. So it then means that from the process of attracting a client, the lead magnets, from the process of attracting a client to engaging with that client, to being able to convince the client and getting the client to buy from you and also pay for your services, all of that has to be automated. It has to be automated. It should no longer be okay, we'll get back to you, or just, it has to be automated such that it's a seamless onboarding process for the clients. And that is one way to attract clients. That's one way to retain clients also, because these days, a lot of us are no longer, our patience level has dropped, right? People are no longer patient. So the example I would like to give is, you are trying to make payments, maybe via your mobile transfer platform, and you are encountering, some challenges. What do? You move on to, the next one. If you have multiple banks that you make use of, right? So it shows that clients are no longer patient. The patient level keeps reducing on a daily basis. So what you need to do is to ensure that you do not lose your clients, you have to make the process seamless for them. And when whatever technology you're going to be using has to be very, very seamless. Have a very friendly customer interface, not something rigorous that the clients will not be able to use or will not be able to navigate around. So you have to ensure, also have at the back of your mind, that whatever tech tool they are going to be using has to have a seamless interface, has to be very, very user friendly. The UX, the UX and UI has to be very, very seamless, very, very friendly for the clients to interact with. What else do we need to do? The next thing you need to do also is to evaluate your practice area, right? You have to evaluate your practice area. Is this practice area still profitable in the next 5, 10 years, or even in the next 1, 2 years? Will this practice area still be relevant? I give an example. Now, we all know about the Tesla cars, and here in Nigeria, just, a few weeks back, we had, the first electronic car launched by the governor of Lagos State, right? And by the time we'll move from the normal cars we use now to, the tech-enabled cars, the electronic cars, driverless cars, and all of that, because of the old technology that will come with it, which has been experienced in other parts of the world, you will see that the rate of accidents on our roads would reduce drastically. And if the rate of accidents on our road reduces, what does that mean for you as a lawyer? It means that if before now you've been an accident and personal injury practicing lawyer, it means that there will be no briefs in that area anymore. There will be no briefs in that area anymore, or there will be a decline in that, in the number of briefs, because there will be no accidents on our roads anymore. Our roads are now safe, no accidents, no injury. Then how do you carry on your practice as a personal injury and accident lawyer? Will that practice area still be relevant? Even if it's still relevant to an extent, will it still be profitable? Because you have to now think of the law of demand and supply. So what does that tell you? You have to evaluate your practice area to be sure if whatever practice, your area of practice presently will still be relevant in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now. Will it still be relevant? Will it still add to your bottom line? If it will no longer be relevant, then what do you do? What do you do? It then means you have to start thinking of, pivoting to other areas of law, emerging areas of law, right? Next thing is you also have to assess your client base. Who are the clients you have presently? Who are your active clients, and what are the dormant clients? What's their paying? Do you have non-paying clients? Do you have clients who are just, just warming the seats, or you have clients who pay, what are the 20% clients that make up the 80% of your revenue? Who are they? In what area do they function? Can you take their data? Can you take their data and then begin to look for those kind of clients? Begin to look for ways to attract more of those people, because the 20% of your clients that make up the 80% of your revenue, it tells you that those are the clients you should be looking for. If, for instance, the 20% of those clients come from a certain industry, right? Then what that tells you, what data tells you, is to begin to engage more with people in that industry, so that you'll be able to attract more of briefs. You'll be able to attract more clients from those industries. So it's important to understand who your key clients are, know who they are, and have an assessment of them. And based on that, you'll be able to also attract new clients. Another thing also is you need to also understand your clients, the present clients you have, the 20% that make up 80% of your revenue. You need to know them in and out. Are there other services you can provide for them beyond the one you are presently providing? Say, for instance, a client comes to you for business formation. Now, that client is a client that has the lifetime cycle of that client is very long. So when the client comes, and you help the client with the process of business formation, you don't leave that client alone. You don't allow that client to go. You don't throw that client away, because there's still a whole number of services you can provide to that client. So you cross-sell, you upsell to your clients. You make them understand that, because some clients will just say, I know this person as maybe a litigation lawyer, and that's all they think you do. But you have to now tell them the other areas of law, the other services you can provide, the other services you can offer to them. So you need to understand your customer lifetime cycle. You need to understand it, the life cycle of a customer. You need to understand it and begin to think of other services you can render to them. Say, for instance, perhaps they're in the oil and gas industry. You can, and you're just, reviewing contracts for them. But those people also employ clients, they also employ staff that work for them. So you can begin to render employment law services for them. You can do a whole range of services for them beyond just reviewing their oil and gas contracts, right? So you need to understanding your clients, the industry they play in, what their needs are, would help you to also provide more services. It will help you to know the other services you can provide for them. The next thing is process automation, which I've mentioned before. We need to automate our processes. It helps us, it saves time for us, it improves our operational efficiency. We need to I can't overemphasize this. Process automation is very, very important, and it makes interacting with clients very easy. It also makes clients interacting with you or interacting with your systems or your law firm seamless and very easy, and it will make them to come back and more and for more services. A client who enjoys the service you provide, at the first, a first-time client who experiences you and enjoys, the way you provided the service in terms of, delivery, onboarding, engagement, and all of that. That you are likely, to retain that client. That client is likely to come back. The chances of that client coming back is very, very high because the clients, also enjoy the services. And I would also say that from time to time, also ensure there's a feedback. You try to get feedback from your clients, know what you are doing well, know the areas you need to improve on. Just, tell them to give you, a feedback, have a feedback assessment form where clients can, from time to time, drop comments, give reviews, and, make suggestions of, the things they want to see more of, or how your services should be. Give them that opportunity. Invoicing and billing is also very, very important. I would suggest that we have a checklist for our billing. It's very, very important to ensure that when you are processing, you are drafting, or you are preparing your invoice, you know line item is is missing, right? So, and one of the things that would help us is also automation, process automation, becoming a tech firm. Then it means that your invoices also is is automated, right? So that way you don't even miss out, on any line items when you're preparing your invoice. And also it helps you to also follow up on unpaid invoices, right? And there are all a number of invoicing app you can also subscribe to on Google Play, and I'm sure it will also be available on iOS also. And then understanding the difference between revenue, cost, and profit is very, very important. A lot of us, when we are preparing our invoices, we do not factor in a whole lot of things. We just think in terms of how much do I want to make? How much do I want to bill these clients? You're not thinking of the cost of getting that job done, the reimbursables, the expense, logistics, transportation, if you need to make photocopies, all of those expense, not just the official cost now, the unofficial cost also. You need to also put that into consideration, and then put your professional fees separately. Tax also should also be included in your invoicing. It's very, very important. Business development, like I said, one of the things we do as Strictly Law Business is to help lawyers understand that what we are doing is business, and so you must have a business mindset to it. So you must separate time for business development. It's not just working on the client's brief. Now, there's what we call working in your practice and working on your practice. Now, when a client gives briefs, you're trying to put all the briefs in order, you're trying to attend to clients and all of that. That's you are working, you're doing your normal work. But how do you work on your law practice? How do you work on your practice? How do you work on your practice? How do you improve your practice? How do you ensure that you get more briefs? All of this, is what we call business development. Looking for ways to develop your business, to get more briefs, to ensure that you attract more clients, to ensure that you remain visible, to your clients. Specialization is also very important. If before now you have been engaging in general practice, now is the time for you to specialize. And by specialization, you can take 2 or 3 practice areas and be known for those areas. Brand yourself very well. And this is where the subject of law firm branding and personal branding comes into place. I think that almost out of time, but I'm sure that with all that has been said, it is important. If we do not take anything away from this session, understand that you can no longer continue in the traditional way of law practice. You are now a tech professional or a tech organization providing legal services.